Hey y'all, hey, welcome back to the wheat field. Welcome back to the wheat field. It is your girl, La T, coming back with another daily episode, daily message. Great day. How you doing? How y'all doing? Welcome. Anybody that is new, this is a safe, loving space. This is where tarot and testimony unite. So we do a whole lot of testifying. We do a whole lot of reading. We pull cards. We have prophetic messages. The source, the Most High God, is infinite intelligence, and His breath, the activating force, comes and sit with us. The source is with me all the time. Yes, you are, Father. Yes, you are. And just like He's with you, it is with you all the time. Thank you so much for correction. No gender on the source. The source just is, and it is with you. The force of life, the breath, is with you all the time, and the infinite intelligence is also with you all the time. That word is written on you and in you and on everything in the plane. So everything can speak to us plainly. Well, if you dig and tap into it, in which we are. So it speaks. Yo, let's jump on in this here. We got some cards laid out. We don't have no text today. We don't have no reading. It's some cards. And guess what? We saw, yo, this conversation between about men and women and this whole modern woman conversation and, what your grandmothers was like and the departed Mr. Samuels, rest in peace. Rest in peace, my brother. Did I agree with your message? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. He had some truth in there. Some stuff that he was saying that was, you could take for niblets and bites. Yeah. But it was so mixed up that it distorted everything that he was saying. Pretty much, brother. And it seems like our brothers have made him their messenger. Lord, help us. Whoever have made this man, this departed brother, rest in power. But he is resting in power because he bigger in death than he was in life. And those same distorted teachings are continuing to cycle and spread vitriol and further confusion and disillusion. It's almost like when you take a company and any marketing, people who are into marketing and distribution and things like that, you could take any set of statistics and distort them and make them say pretty much what you want them to say. You really can. You really have to be very careful when you are accepting statistical data, right? You can look at it to see trends over time, yeah. But to draw inferences and conclusions and tie those things together in the way that he does it is I hear the word insidious. It is. It is something that does nothing but to continue to rip our families apart. And what I find uniquely odd about Mr. Samuels is he had failed marriages. And you look at the manner in for which he passed and what he was actually doing in his real life. And you got a platform talking to millions of men telling them what? And now all of these dudes is getting passports and running off overseas and getting drugged and robbed and killed by women because they think that they are the easier ones to get along with, versus understanding what is in this issue between our community and why we cannot relate to each other at this time. Yeah, there's things to be corrected on both sides of the fence. But to say that, it is because I am educated or that I have an income and I can be self-sufficient, that is the reason why I don't qualify to be a good wife? I saw another one of his reels go by today. I said, they are still doing this. Why? They are making a martyr out of this man. Can you compare your grandmothers to modern women today and your great grandmother and women have income, and how has that made it better? Bruh, how are you reaching and pulling all of these scattered pieces together like they are what's causational? Or like causational is just linear like that. Like, oh, the rise of women's ability to have income and education has just made them worse wives. Is that the truth? No, it's not. Because first of all, the society often requires a two person income in the household. So what you are suggesting, considering if you want to use statistics, that our male counterparts, our black men, average earning capacity is about $60,000 a year. 45 to 60, maybe. I'm being gracious. A lot of women are out earning that. So in order for them to be a good wife, are you saying that they need to relinquish their earning capacity and reduce their living standards because they want to be a wife and submit onto a person who could potentially not even be submitted himself? I would gather, and I have no idea whether this is true, but it is a theory, a theoretical assumption based on his presentation, that Mr. Samuels wasn't very religious or spiritual. Spiritual. Was he submitted unto the Most High God? Because again, brothers, we hone in on a wife is to submit, but we don't hone in on the fact that you are to be submitted and to respect your wife as you do the source. If you are not respecting of the source and you are not submitted onto the tenets of the Most High God, then how could you require a woman to submit onto thee? Where are you leading her, brother? She has to come into alignment with you and follow where you lead her, yet you know not where you're going, or where you're going is half-assed. We forget that women also have a calling. Yeah, a calling is placed on both of us, brother. Brothers and sisters, both. And when we align in purpose to the Most High God, then respecting each other comes easy. We are aligned in virtue and in value. Well, not just value, but a virtue and service. Yeah, we will value each other. Yes, we will. It is nothing wrong, and it has nothing to do with whether I make X amount of dollars and he makes X amount of dollars. It is alignment and purpose. But who wants to be disrespected? Getting back to my great grandmother, my great grandmother got her ass kicked almost every fuck day, and she never left, and she died with a man who was kicking her ass every day. A drunkard that beat his wife and beat his children. That was my great grandmother. In this day and age, women are still going through that. Young women too. Listening to this trash. And women are still dying. I think about the fact that my great grandmother didn't have the right to open her own bank account. She had no right to open a bank account. She was given an allotment, an allowance, or whatever the case may be. But she didn't have anything that belonged to her. She was treated like a child and beat into submission and beat into her place. She was never given the full ability to be a whole person. Now let's talk about black women in particularly. Because I believe that the Voting Rights Act didn't pass until like 1964, 63, 64, something like that. So that means that black women have not been recognized in this country as a whole person until 1963, 64. Think about that, brother. Many of you, not all of you, many of you want your own autonomy, to be the ruler of your life, to not have anybody's knee on your neck. Yet you feel it's appropriate to put your knee on your wife's neck. How does that work, my brother? Again, you are giving out what you don't want, and you are asking for what you don't give. Think about that. You are not submitted unto the Most High God. You don't know the tenets of the old law. You are disrespectful. And you would rather treat your wife as a child, as somebody to build and puff up your own ego in your own way, rather than coming into alignment with someone who has purposely been placed with you to walk with you so that you can fulfill your service to the Most High God. Everything is built around vanity. You want the person that's going to look good on your arm, that can smile and be pretty and be quiet. That's not a woman's design. Again, go back to Genesis chapter 1, 26, 27. When the source, our Father, said, let us make man, and made them male and female, and gave them a charge, both a charge to go forth, to replenish, to multiply, to subdue, and to dominate. What makes you think that I don't have a spirit in me that says that I need to dominate and have autonomy over my life, my world? Can I come into union and coexistence, collaboration, interdependence with a partner? Yes. And that's beautiful. I mean, we could, you talking about what me and my, could do? And respect is a thing, brother. Respect. Do you think that your wife is really going to respect all that you can do and bring to the table when you disrespect all that she can do and bring to the table? Why do you think that is? Why do you think women are underhanded and sneaky? Because you don't respect her and you don't value her. Again, to you, she's a place for you to release. She's a place where you just find your peace, and for you to put things that you just don't want to do on her shoulders. You don't want to do your laundry, so you want a wife to do it. You don't want to cook for yourself, so you want a wife to do it. You don't want to run your own errands and dry cleaning, so you want a wife to do it. She's not your maid. No, she's your partner. An interdependent other half of you, your energetic match, so that when you two come together, you fulfill a purpose and a service unto the Most High God. That is a wife. And you two will be submitted onto each other, still on the same plane. Because God didn't make either one of us greater than the other. He made us to coexist and to collaborate, to be interdependent. And one can't do it without the other. Me asking for a voice and recognition and value in my partnerships, that doesn't mean that I'm a modern woman that doesn't know how to be a wife. It means that I'm a whole person looking for the same respect and value that I would give unto my husband. I done said before, I'm going through a hellified divorce. Been going through it for a couple of years now. And you want to talk about something? Me and this man make 6 figures, okay? And he makes more than me because he's a retired veteran with 100% disability. So he get 3 checks a month. Check this out. And he's been doing our same job longer than me with a degree, so therefore his earning capacity is damn near double than mine. He's, at this point, voluntarily unemployed, collecting his veterans and disability checks, all while he stole all of our assets, absconded them, and is hiding out. I only hear his voice when we have to go to a court hearing. And he wants me to pay him Spousal support. This is a man where, despite my earning capacity, I never treated him like, oh, I'm such and much just because I can earn and I have degrees. No. We both got up every day. We both went to work. We both came home. And he went to his man cave and I went into the kitchen and cooked dinner. After I cooked dinner, I made sure the children's homework was done. We had, not only did I have schedules for the children, the boards on the wall with the chores all laid out, what homework and extra homework you had to do for the day, because the school system don't teach y'all enough. No. So not only did they have to do their homework, but they had other homework on top of that that I enforced for them to do. My stepchildren, his children, yes, they improved in their school because of the extra that I did in our family. Only for him to tell me that I was less than half of a partner in front of our children, demeaning in front of my mother, and get down to the point of slamming me through our bedroom floor. Why? Because he wanted to, oh no, because I asked if we could take the inner door of the bathroom. Our children's bathroom had two doors. You go into the one door, and then when you go into the toilet area, was another door. We are all Amazons. Okay? That little door was in the way. I asked him. My oldest and I were talking over morning tea. And we came up with the idea of taking the inner door out, make more space in the bathroom, reorganize it. And my oldest daughter was actually going to pay for the materials to reorganize the bathroom. I had had surgery, gallbladder surgery, 2 weeks prior. I go to my husband and ask him, hey babe, this is what we're thinking about doing. How do you feel about it? We like to do this. Could you help us? The answer is no. In the bathroom that he doesn't use, it's our children's. We live in a 4,000 square foot house in California. 5 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms. He doesn't use this bathroom. We have our own master bathroom. And this is for the children. It's on the other side of the house. Make it useful. I'm doing what women do, right? Take care of the home. Asking my husband, coming to him for his support. He says no, because he doesn't understand my why. You understand. The children are big. We want to make more space in the bathroom. It wasn't an understanding, it was control. The same thing. Oh, maybe you shouldn't wear that. Or maybe this, and this, that, and the other. Or it was control. Everything was, where are you going? What time are you going to be back? It's control. And so because I have been shut down so many times, oh, you what is the problem? Oh, because your daughter is going to be, oh, so now you have a problem with my oldest daughter? Why? And she's the one that's going to pay for to reorganize. Why not make it useful? She even pays rent in the household. When I say, why do you have an issue with my oldest child? That led to him pushing me out the way. Oh no. See, we don't do that where I come from. You will not put your hands on me. That leads into me getting slammed through the bedroom floor. How is that? How can we win in either situation? How can it be peaceful when you just simply choose to dominate your household or and place undue, misplaced anger and frustration and control on the wife who you feel like you can subdue because you have no control over your outside world? And that is the truth, brothers. You guys have been so downtrodden and controlled by the systems of this space that we are in, and that you have no other place to put your anger and frustration except back on what you think is a weaker species, which is us. Don't see, take it into account because I'm female and I have a less muscle capacity that I must be the one for you to dominate. And then you distort the word as if it doesn't tell you that you are required to be not only submitted unto the Most High God, but you are also to treat your wife as if you are treating the Most High God, the way that you treat the Most High God. That doesn't mean that you get to yell her down to the floor, disrespect her, cheat on her, beat on her, and all of those things, and control her as if she was a child. I've literally been left because I didn't put my shoes on fast enough. I'm not a 4-year-old child. We still have men out here saying that women need to be raised like children. How? When the infinite intelligence made us at the same time and gave us the same charge. Why do you feel like disrespecting me and pushing me into a submissive position makes you more powerful? That is abuse, brother. That is not respect. Instead of raising ourselves to meet the challenges of the day, you would rather beat somebody else down beneath your feet because you feel like you're underneath somebody else's feet. Because I believe that's really what's going on in the inside. Thank you, Father, so much for being here. We got some cards out on the table. First setup is chakra. Yeah, because we want to see what's really down here in the belly of this thing. Thank you, Father. Thank you for these cards. What's in the belly of this thing that's causing our brothers to think that we are not equal partners on the realm? And when I say equal, that doesn't mean that we can physically do the same thing. You can't physically push out a baby the same way I cannot physically do some of the things that y'all do, like stand up and pee. I can't do that. You know, I don't have the seed to create life. You do. Just like you don't have the womb to nurture, grow, and birth life. I do. And for us to come together in a symbiotic, harmonious state where we understand that each of us have equal value, even if the attributes are different, that's a whole thing. And it doesn't require you smushing me up underneath your feet for us to get there. It doesn't. How about the fact that you are respected by somebody that's your energetic match, and they respect you, and they can come to you, and they can value and trust what you say? How about that? I think that's a whole different dynamic. And the fact that you are matched up with somebody that's on your level that does that, that should make you feel even greater. And the fact that you can get that respect without beating it out of somebody should make you feel like a whole man. Because you don't have to beat somebody into submission. You don't have to pay for love. And being a man doesn't mean that you just need to have something pretty on your arm that's going to be your maid or your concubine. Because she's not a release valve. I mean, like, that's not what we're for. You getting peace from her, but she's sitting over there in quiet torment because she has nobody to really talk to. She can't even tell you what's going on because you could give less than 2 shits about what's going on with her. But we are supposed to do what? Come on, bruh. It's so much deeper than this. Have to understand why, again. Why was Kevin Samuels like to spit? It's brothers out here that talk about real stuff. Real stuff. But they ain't getting the 1.4 million views. This shit is an algorithm. Why do you think that they are pumping that type of message? It does nothing but sow further deceit and separatism. That's it. And then you got women buying into these young girls. Oh no, maybe my education is making me disqualified to be a wife. No, it's not. Because no matter how much education I have, I still have a desire to come together with my match, with my mate. I do. Me being educated and having the ability to take care of myself does not negate the fact that I'm still a woman and that I do want my husband. I do want my energetic match. I do want to come in alignment for the purpose of the Most High God, that which I was designed for. That desire doesn't go away because I can open up a bank account, because I can pay bills, because I can purchase my own home. No, it doesn't. I still I still have a desire to nurture. I still have a desire to care and to share harmoniously in that. I'm a woman just like you a man. We're human. Humans like touch. We love comfort and connectivity. But we also want to be respected and valued. The same as you, my brother. You looking for respect and value. But we going about it the whole wrong way. And the way that we're going about it does nothing but lead you into situations where you're going to get played. Because women are just as tactful and strategic. They are. You wonder why. Then we got the passport boys going overseas. But it's like, do you not recognize that these women are scheming and scamming on you? Then you be standing up somewhere and somebody's more reproached and getting results telling some you are not the father. Come on. It's because it's a scheme on there. You scheming on her. That's not love, brother. It's not love. It's not love to choose a wife that's only going to submit and service you and because she looks good. That's not love. It's not. I fit the bill. I mean, obviously had to be attractive enough. I mean, not saying that I was anybody's, whatever. You could make up your own opinion. Smart. Helped him out with even legal stuff. I mean, like, custody battle for his kids because he didn't want to pay that whole child support. I mean, you guys will be, again, give folks seasons before you link up. You just never know what you getting into. And then try to work it out. After I was put through the flow, left, separated for months, begged me to come back home. Only because he was fighting the court case. I didn't even press charges. The police did. The state will press charges. Yeah. And the only reason why he wanted me to come back and begging me and saying that he would change and things would be different was because the charges. He needed me and wanted me to help him beat the case for what he had done to me. As soon as he found out that they couldn't prove beyond a shadow of a doubt, he didn't need me no more. Then it's, I'm supposed to be submissive, but you want me to pay half. When you gonna give me some money on the rent? When you gonna give me some money on the light bill? On the water bill? But ain't you supposed to be the big man? That's supposed to be the provider? And I'm supposed to be the submissive little wife that's just cooking meals and doing this, that, and the other? Oh, no. And then when you do that, it's you didn't do this and do that. I mean, it's never enough. You can never get it right for somebody who's intent on seeing the wrong. You can never get it right. You'll never be enough for somebody who doesn't truly love or value you. You could never. And when I say, okay, well, you do you and I do me and we just gonna go on, oh no, then it was a plot to do. So to sit here and be breathing, oh yeah, that's a whole blessing. Because again, to go back to a state where you feel like you've lost everything and now your reputation is what? Oh, I got to give her half? Oh, I'm not. Well, you didn't even buy it by yourself. As a matter of fact, I'm the one that put the money down for the down payment. We wouldn't be here if it had been not for my contribution. But you could discount me in every single way. They don't go together, brother. Just like the things that my grandmother went through, great-grands and grandmothers, what they went through, despite having, being a wife and staying married. Just by staying married is what you're saying qualifies as a good wife. When a lot of those women, again, my grandmother got her ass kicked every fucking day, and she never left. She was with him until she died. That's the definition of a wife? And modern women are like, what? Because feminism has ruined women? Come on, bruh. It's been relationship issues in our community specifically for a very long time. And one of them is we're taking on values and attributes that do not align to our culture. They do not. Is there anything in here, Father? Yes, come on. Let's get it going. It's just crazy to me that this man stuff is still just cycling around. And we see, you know, all of these conversations of like, yeah, confusion. It's causing confusion. And I'll let you know this. Me and my, this dude I'm trying to get the hell away, because it's been 2 years and he won't let me out of this shit for nothing. Done sold our house, ran off with all of the money. I have no idea where he is. And he's asking me for spousal support. Get that. And I'm the one that still has my last baby, my adopted love, my baby, 14, that I'm still raising. He don't have custody of none of his. I'm the one with the minor child, and he want the child support, the spousal support from me. Get that. We work in the same field, and he's been doing it longer, 5 years longer than I have. He has a degree, and he's a retired veteran where he gets retirement and 100% disability. Get that. This is all punishment. It's abuse. Not only was it physical, first it was emotional and verbal, and then it was physical, and now it's financial. And he's holding me in a marriage hostage that I cannot get out of. Oh no, he wants to bifurcate in the marriage, all while he holds up the money for trial. Bifurcation hearing is in December. Trial to end the whole thing is separate all the assets in March. He's running through the legal system, hearing after hearing after hearing, instead of settling it. I originally just said half and half. I came into our relationship with money. I left out with the amount of debt and liability that I went in with the amount of assets. Investing everything into my husband, because that's what a wife was supposed to do, right? We stand and we submit. And I was his legal assistant. I was his secretary. I was his comfort and peace. I was his lover and his cook and a tutor to the children. Everything. And I worked and put in half, paying bills and home improvement and everything. Only to be put through the floor and told that everything that I have been accomplished, everything that I put into my life, and everything that I invested into our marriage meant nothing. Nothing. And you know who he was listening to? Our beloved Mr. Samuels. Instead of us going to marital counseling and try to figure out how do we get things back on track, he listened to Mr. Samuels. Tell him that I was wrong and that I had no value. My education and my income was used to help you through your legal cases, to help you get custody of your children, that helped you find your wife being discredited in the court, his ex-wife that he was fighting for custody of the kids with. Yeah, only to help show where she had perjured herself. All of that knowledge and education and strategic thought that I used to help him, he said it meant nothing. I pulled myself out of the inner city of Detroit from parents who and I'm a six-figure earner on my own right, and that means nothing. There's no value there. But that income helped you buy this house, but it meant nothing. Yeah, Mr. Samuels, that message leads to confusion. And it's born out of this: insecurity. Insecurity. It's born out of insecurity. Because it's not me that you're angry at. It's not. It's the legal system. It's the child support system. Helping him to understand that they are charging you 10% interest on your child support and that it compounds yearly, which is why your child support never goes down. The fact that you not only owe the woman that you owe child support to, but if she had any help from the state because you were missing from the household, then now you also owe the state too. So now you have two obligations against you. And they're both compounding interest at 10%. It is not I or us women that make men leave the household. Let's think about this thing. Why do women need to be self-sufficient? Because oftentimes men run more than one household. You have more than one woman. They're not exclusively committed to one, but you feel as if I'm supposed to remain exclusively committed to you. That isn't equal give and take. That isn't value and respect. No. And so when you decide that you would rather be over there than over here, you leave. And what was happening to women? Being left without the ability to care for themselves or their children. Oh, then we want to talk about the welfare system is holding us down. Well, let's look at the fact that the welfare system wasn't designed for black women. It really wasn't. It was designed for women who also were being left by their men for their mistresses, and then they too had no knowledge or ability to care for themselves or the children. So the state steps in and helps because the man has abandoned the household. And then we look at, he likes to throw around statistics. Statistically, black women are not the biggest recipients of welfare. They're not. No. And despite the challenges that we all face in the country, you can look at productivity against just black women and black men. What are we doing? Especially when we come out of the same households. We do. We come out of the same households, the same circumstances. What are the outcomes? The strong black independent woman slogan hurts us. I am not just strong and independent. No. I have to be strong because there is no other way to make it. My strength is dual. It's double-sided. I have to be strong and carry on because I have a child that requires care. I have no ability to stop. I cannot. Now, does every woman have this attitude? No, absolutely not. It's a whole bunch of ones that's just like whatever. And it's a whole bunch of bros that's on their thing. So this is not like absolute be all be. It's not black and white. It's not, you know. There's a whole lot of gray in here, and it's a lot of us that plays in the gray. Again, me being a person, a woman, who can earn and who can think and who can help, truly, that doesn't mean that I'm not qualified to be a wife, that I'm still not soft and nurturing, that you can't find peace with me. But where is my peace, brother? Because it's not like, again, in my situation, it wasn't like I wasn't contributing to the household. I'm still a provider. I'm providing for you and yours just as you're providing for me and mine. We're both providing. We're both putting all this income into the pot. So what qualified you to say that you are 51% of the household? Huh? Because you got a penis? But let's look at it there. You didn't lead yourself out of your court situations. You didn't purchase these assets by yourself. And everything that we had came off of my down payment. Investing in my husband and my household, believing that this is going to be forever. Yeah. Confusion. Insecurity. Insecurity, why? Because, or maybe he was just too bold, you know what I mean? That's what Spirit is saying, insecurity in reverse. Overconfident, egocentric. And that is ego, to think that I'm supposed to give all onto you while you disrespect my value and tell me that it's not even worthy, yet you want me. Why should I even give you my income? Why am I doing half? Why am I buying groceries? Why am I doing the home improvement and investing in, all of this stuff if it's not valued? Why do you even ask for it? But in order for us to live the life that we had, it was required. But the respect given on to me is not. You can put me through the floor because I want to do home improvement for the children in a bathroom that you don't even use. All because you need another person or somebody to exercise your control. Again, we get up on a Saturday morning to go to Home Depot for nothing, and you leave me because I didn't put my shoes on fast enough. I'm disrespecting your time. Really, it's Saturday morning and you going to Home Depot. And I'm going with you because I'm doing beautification projects around our home. I'm making the home. Isn't that what I'm supposed to do? But no, you get to treat me like a 4-year-old and tell me that you're leaving me because I didn't put my shoes on fast enough. Come on, Father. What don't we see about this situation? What don't we see? Because it's a psychology to this. It is. And I believe it's born because our men are hurt. I do. And I believe that they looking for a way to have some sense of control, and they just can't find it. And when you want to have control over something, the only thing that you want to do that you dominate is those who you deem weaker than you. And those are generally women and children. And our black men know that they can't mess with a certain other type of women. They can't mess with any other woman but us. That's it. That's it. You can't do that to no other woman but us. And when you do it, the consequences are heavy for those other women. But for us, you know that they don't care about us at all. They don't. We come up missing. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Come on, Father. Help us. Help us on this day. Help us on this day. You want any one of these? Which one? This one? This one. A new start. A new start is coming. A new start is coming. Yes. Anything else? No. Can we show this energy? Yes. Okay. Energy on the bottom. Balance, spirituality, and practicality. Again, balance and spirituality is what I feel. Because we talked about that. A lot of these brothers leaning into these theories and philosophies are not spiritually studied. You have no idea what the Most High God requires from you as a man. And we have men with these distorted and disillusions teaching other men to be distorted and disillusioned. Not going back to the old laws, not going back to the old way, not understanding who you are. Even if you look at the new that they've been spreading around, the one that they like to quote, that you are supposed to submit unto your husband. They don't go to the next part where say husbands are to reverence their wives as they respect the Most High God. If you have no respect for source, if you have even no spiritual relationship, you don't even go to church or nothing, how do you know, brother, We are picking up stuff off the internet like it's truth without any study. Know thyself. To know thyself is critical. How do you expect to have someone meet your needs when you don't even know your own needs, brother? Come on with this thing. And that is true for sisters too. Again, have you finished that Adam walk? Did you finish your Eve walk before you linked up with somebody? How do you even know that you are healthy enough mentally and spiritually to link up with somebody? Are you still dealing with hurt, brother? Are you still dealing with pain, brother? Are you still seeing the next woman through the lens of the one who just did you wrong, who snatched your kids from you, won't allow you to be a father, disrespecting you? Are you seeing the next woman as that? Did you heal? Sisters, are you seeing the next brother as the one that cheated on you and beat you, that made you feel less than nothing? Did you take the time to heal? Did you get in touch with your spirit? Have you practiced it on a daily to get to balance with this here thing? A new start is coming. Come on with this thing now. All this same vitriol just spreading through the plane. We got to bring some faith back in here. Have faith. Have faith in knowing that if you just set yourself down with the spirit, go into the kingdom and unpack and unlock this stuff that got us clogged up and keeping us from being able to flow and to see, to hear each other, to speak from a loving, kind space where you can have sympathy and empathy and compassion, understanding, so that we can give compassion. But I was going to say beloved, because he is. I love that man. Can't be with him because I don't like nothing about him. Nothing. But the love is mine. I love, period. And I'm not in, all sorts, because I loved him. And I loved those children. And I don't regret it. It taught me a lot. You talking about the lessons that came out of that? Trust. But guess what? Even in this day, as much as he's still doing, refusing to let go, refusing to be kind, refusing to see himself, he's going to turn around and take all of that and do it to somebody else. And that's the sad part. Refusing to see self. Would rather plot my demise. Would rather plot my death and demise than just work on self. If you didn't have the money to buy the house that we bought, and I did, and we sell it and we split the proceeds in half, you just came up how much money, and I'm really only put back to par. And that's all that I was asking. Instead of that, you rather smash me, step on me, put your knee in my neck and suffocate me to death. On to death. Because I would not allow you. Come on, Father. Thank you so much for these messages. Thank you so much. Help us, Father. Help us. Give us an angel oracle message from the heavens above. From the heavens. Yes. As heaven has touched earth to do a will, to do your will, to come into alignment with you and do your will. Please help us, Father. Help us. Help us get on the right way. Help us. Ashe. We got to right this ship, y'all. Because we need each other. We do. You guys are hurting just like we're hurting. And I'm not the one for you to hurt. We need to take all that energy and transform it and transmute it so that we can get in the right way. Yes, so we can create what we're designed to create, why we're here. And we can do that work. We can. But to start with mutual respect, the fact of, again, that Genesis 1:26 through 27, we were made at the same time and given a charge to do a thing here in this realm. Not you over me over you, us coming into balance, into unison, into harmony. Symbiosis, beloved, symbiosis. We can get there. We can get there. But we won't get there if you disrespecting me and I'm disrespecting you. Yeah, because this is our brothers. We do. All of us take charge and action. You want this? No, just the energy. All right. Somebody has to. And it's not about dominating and domineering. It's just conversational. Leading conversation. Again, sympathy, empathy for understanding. Conversation for understanding so that we can give onto compassion. We are in this realm together and we both have issues that we can term as oppression. If we can get through this and persevere, then you too, brother, can persevere. You can. And me asking for you to be accountable onto self, onto the Most High God, is not me just challenging you. It's not. It's me asking you to be accountable. Because you are required to be accountable. Accountable onto self and to source. And as a woman, I am not required to follow you into damnation. I'm just not. I am to follow my mate who is following the source. But did I choose a mate that was following the source? No, I didn't. I did not. Again, I take accountability onto self. Is there anything? Yes, Father. Please give us a card. This. Opportunity and change. Yes. We have the opportunity to change. Anything else? No. Can I show them this? Yes. Mother, Father, God. This card speaks to complete alignment. It is coming together. If we have Mother, Father, and God here in this middle space, Mother on the one hand, Father, right, and God is in the middle, this is alignment. And no matter how I do it, God is still here in the middle in this space, joining the two. And we come together and travel together in alignment for a purpose that God Himself has ordained. Is there any more cards? No. Those messages lead us into confusion. And I believe that the more we self-discover and you come to good and to par with yourself, brother, you come to good and to par with yourself, sister, that we will get back on the right path. We will. We will. We will be able to come into alignment to service the Most High God, to press creation forward. Understand that it is not just your understanding, brother, or my understanding, but we take all things to the Father and we bring them here. And we let Source lead us. Us both being submitted onto the Most High God, giving each other respect and equal value. Respect. I respect you for all that you can do, my brother, because I need what you can do so that we can create together. And I expect and require the same respect on my beingness, because without me, you cannot create. We need each other, and we were designed for that, to be interdependent on one another, on the source, glued together by the source that binds us. He would rather plan my demise, my death, steal from me, rob me, than to separate amicably. To walk away with more than what he had, he'd rather steal it all. He doesn't treat any other men that way. And I can't imagine, well, any other type of woman dealing with him. He might could con them into it, but those masks only stay up for so long. And when you got in, because he wasn't with that when I married him, he wasn't. Well, he was, but he didn't show it. He didn't show it. It wasn't until we said I do that I started being treated like a child, or whatever role that I was supposed to play according to him at that time. Because I was no longer me. I was his wife. And I was to do what he asked. And I was to give on to what he said. Now, it's death to me so that he can be. And that's what we see. That's what my grandmother experienced. It was death unto her so that he could just be in his mess, be in his drunkenness, be in his monstrosity. So that's the cat. Stop, Sasha. So, when I saw my mother walk away from my father being a monstrosity, what did it teach me as a young woman? It taught me to stand on my own 2 feet, to have something. Something that if you walk away from me, or if I have to leave you, it's because, I value my life. So when I had to walk away from everything, it was because I valued my life. And now, my life is being held hostage simply because he wants to exercise control. But all things shall come to a pass. They will. And the Most High has it well in hand. So I'm not worried. I can hold on to my peace. But it pushed me to do this. Because women are still being disillusioned and distorted, that your intellect and your abilities are not to be valued. And they are. But again, how much is a bottle of water worth? Depends on where you're at. You could pay $1 to $5 to $15 for a bottle of water. It's all about the value of the place of where you're at. So maybe you just need to change your room, beloved. Everybody need water sometime. You come seeking water and peace. I have no problem with hydrating you. I don't. And your earning capacity really doesn't matter to me. It's about your character currency. How are we going to balance this spirituality in a practical way? It's going to take us coming into alignment. Coming into alignment. Yeah, because we all need to probably do a little bit of this inner child healing. Yeah. And that's what Father said too. Vulnerability and freedom. Me being vulnerable hopefully allows somebody else to come to freedom. And do this. Get rid of some of this confusion. And this insecurity, whether you are insecure or whether you are egocentric, it still needs to come to balance. And Father said a new start is coming. A new start is coming. It's coming. Because the opportunity for change is here. We have an opportunity to change. We have the opportunity to look at these messages and see why they are. Why is it that individuals like Tony Gaskins, who talks about the tenets of a healthy, strong marriage, are not pushed the same way as that vitriol from Mr. Samuels? We have to understand that there's more at work here than just us. Our feelings and our challenges are being used against us, and it's strategic. Again, algorithms. Come on with this thing, beloved. Dig deeper to really see what's going on. Do we really believe that the Most High God, in all of his infinite intelligence, will create man and women up in one space and say that? And then a couple of chapters down say that he put man to sleep and made another woman? Women were already made. If you believe your text, read it, study it. Women were already made. Could we not think about the theory, the metaphor, the philosophy of Adam and Eve coming together, rib space connection, heart space, protection, bonded from a heart space in purpose, in service? Nowhere in that did you hear God tell Eve to submit unto Adam. It's not even written. Where did it come from? They both had responsibilities. And we saw in that example of that marriage how outside individuals and influences came in and distorted and disillusioned. Disillusioned Eve, who took that back to Adam, and he too ate from the same disillusion. Neither one of them going to the Father to have it discerned and clarified onto them, which Eve should have done. She should have talked to Adam. They both should have come together in prayer and go to the Most High God. What did they do? They hid and they ran. They were ashamed. Then we see the intelligence of Mary and Joseph in that marriage, where they would come together, brought together in purpose, in alignment to the Most High God. The Spirit, the angel of the Lord spoke to Mary, spoke to Joseph, both. Individually did he speak to them and tell them what their charge was, what their purpose was. And what did they do? They went together and bonded, taking everything onto the Father. Two examples. One was plagued with trial and tribulation and labor and hard work. The other one was blessed with the gift of a messenger that would change the world. And then the coinky-dink part is that the angel of the Lord went to Mary first and told her what she was going to birth. Who was the purpose placed on, beloved? It was placed on that woman to birth something in this world that would change it. And then he clued in her husband, the man that was to be her husband. He clued him in and brought him into alignment with her. Again, stolen gospels, beloved. Why is Mary Magdalene's story not told? And we can see in that stolen gospel in the Gnostics that there was strife with Peter and Paul and Mary after the messenger had already transitioned out on what was told to Mary in secret from that messenger. I apologize, Holy Father. Thank you so much. What she was told from that messenger regarding the law, regarding the covenant, regarding the promise. And those men, those disciples, could not even think about allowing a woman's voice to be placed in that position. Oh no. Yet they knew that the messenger that had sent, the messenger that was sent, I'm trying to get this out right so I don't offend. The messenger that was sent gave Mary pieces of knowledge that were not given to anybody else. So she had an awareness, a knowingness, and her voice was shut down. That gospel was shut down. Why? We look at religions around the world, and this is highly prominent. Why? Question, beloved, question. Question always. It is a reason for this. And it didn't just happen to one group of women. Women have been subjugated all over the plane, all over time. Anybody, any group that ascribes to these doctrines, for the most part, put their women in a submissive, subjugated place. And it's just not natural. We are to walk with you along side by side because neither one of us can do it without the other. And we are both led by the Most High God. Submission only to the Most High God, so that neither one of us go astray. If I'm here, my brother, and you're here, and we are bonded by the Most High God, the Most High God is carrying us. I don't go astray like Eve and lead off, and you don't go astray and covenant, whatever. Look at what David did. Huh? Y'all better read your word. Get in this thing. We have an hour and 5 minutes. We finna wrap this up. But I just could not believe that this same vitriol is sprouting. And this man is more powerful in death than he was in life. And his message is still spreading the same vitriol. The same nonsense. Tying together statistics that don't even go together. Trying to say because I have the ability to have a bank account and stand on my own 2 feet that disqualifies me as a wife. No, it doesn't. Honestly, what it should do is push us all to a higher level. That means that my counterparts, my energetic match out here, has to push just as hard. It doesn't mean that you get to fall into laziness or accept mediocrity or even accept the condition of the day. We have energy and we have power, and us coming together in unity, we can move this thing forward. We can. We can move it forward. We can change the paradigm. We no longer have to live in that mindset that something is holding you back. That something, beloved, is you. That's it. And I am not your enemy. Huh? What did Beyonce say? I'll always be the secret weapon in your arsenal. Your arsenal. Yes. Because you're not allowed to wear your heart on both sleeves. You're not allowed to be vulnerable. You're not allowed to talk about your childhood traumas and how you were hurt and how maybe, the other women in your life didn't treat you well because they were hurt. And it's hurting. And again, that inner child healing. All of us are on a journey to healing for the most part. I can't say all because some of us, it's not all. It's not absolute. It's a whole lot of gray up in there. A whole lot of gray. But to understand that we are walking through the same mud, trying to get it out the mud, come on, brother. Because again, it's a reason why those who don't need to get it out the mud, who weren't in that situation, slide and back or choose to go play in the mud. Coming from stable households, sufficient income, and you choose to go play in the mud, wallow around. We don't have to do this anymore. We don't. We can move away from each other in love and in peace and harmony. Again, I love because I love, and my love stays with me regardless of the relationship. And it takes strength to do that. It takes understanding and compassion to be okay with the fact that you love someone that you can't be with. You can't be with them because you don't like them. You don't like them because they treat you bad and they hurt you. And you have to love yourself more. I like myself more than I like that. And I care about my beingness. So I have to move along. I'm not going to do what my grandmother did and stay until death. I have options in this day. And they say that I can be happy and I can realize that I'm whole and I'm complete. And me staying in that just to have a title of a wife, no, that is not the day. A new start. A new start. An opportunity for change. I love y'all. I love y'all so much. I love you just like I love me. Oh yeah. Because that shadow work is deep, brother. It is. Sister, that shadow work is deep. To heal that inner child, to go back and see where did these patterns come from? How did they get in here? And why am I doing what I'm doing? Why? Do I need to control you because I feel like I don't have control anywhere else? Something to ponder on. Things that make you go, It's power struggles, strain, come to balance. Spiritual, practicality, coming to balance. Getting in alignment with each other, with our God, the source, leading both of us so neither one of us fall astray. Neither one of us get pulled into damnation. It's how we stay close. It's how we stay on the right path. Because you, my brother, don't have all the answers. It has to be revealed onto you. And you, my sister, don't have all the answers. It has to be revealed onto you. And who's the revealer? The source, the Most High God. And when we come together and we seek the source together to have it revealed onto us in the fashion of Mary and Joseph, what you birth will change the world, and they know it. Question always. Know thyself. Know thyself. A new start is coming. Can y'all feel it? Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Oh, can you feel it? Let's get him all wheat. Let's get it. Let's get him all wheat. Let's get it. Let's get him all wheat. Let's get it. Oh, let's get it. I love y'all. I love you. I love you so much. And I pray the best for you. I pray the best for you. For your highest self. Your highest good. I love you. Until the next now on Tears and Wheat Tarot show with your girl Lati, favorite channel messenger. We're going to call this right here a Ashe. Mwah.